Our story begins with a young man named Rita. He is so handsome that it wouldn't be an exaggeration to say every woman who sees him can't help but fall for him. Sadly, Rita's mother left him during his childhood to be with another man. As a result, he never even considered trusting or getting close to a woman. Deeply hurt by her abandonment, he grew up hearing people mock him, calling him a motherless child. Our story also introduces Hattori, Rita's best friend since childhood. They've grown up inseparable, and Hattori understands him better than anyone. But she's been secretly in love with him for years and, afraid to confess due to his attitude toward women because of his mother's abandonment, she tries to show him signs, hoping he'll notice. On the next school day during lunch, Hattori talks to her close friend Kyoka about the deep love she has for Rita. Upon hearing this, Kyoka encourages her to express her feelings before someone else gets the chance. While Hattori and Kyoka were eating lunch and talking, a group of bullies started picking on a student named Mio. Rita stepped in and told them to stop. The bullies got mad and said, "Who are you to stop us?" and tried to attack him, but they eventually left. Rita stayed with Mio, worried the bullies might come back. Mio told him to leave, saying they might attack him too if the bullies returned. After the incident, Rita and Mio began eating together. Hattori, who was watching Rita with another girl, started feeling very jealous. Later, during lunch break, the bullies were waiting for Rita in the locker room, planning to take revenge on him. However, when Mio arrived at the scene, she quickly stepped in and kicked their asses with her hidden, unique karate skills, stopping the confrontation in an instant. Hattori and Rita were both amazed by her abilities. From that day on, Mio and Rita became much closer, spending more time together and forming a stronger bond. Hattori gets jealous and tries to keep Mio and Rita apart, but each time she fails, they only get closer. Mio, who was once considered ugly, starts doing her makeup and ends up looking like Kim Kardashian. She becomes more beautiful, which makes Hattori even more frustrated. One day, Hattori meets a boy named Kasuku, who likes her. However, since she doesn't feel the same way, she ignores him and doesn't give him a chance. Hattori, feeling frustrated and alone, starts talking to herself. As she's lost in her thoughts, Kasuku approaches her and asks her to be with him, hoping it will make Rita jealous. Hattori, not interested, tries to leave without answering him. However, Kasuku stops her, pulls her back, and kisses her on the lips. Hattori went home, washed her lips, and called her friend, frustrated. She couldn't believe her first kiss happened like this. The next day, Hattori met the boy who kissed her and demanded an apology, telling him not to tell anyone. But instead of apologizing, the boy tried to kiss her again. When Rita saw this while passing by, he told him to stop. Kasuku, however, responded by telling Rita to go have fun with the ugly Mio. He also asked if she wanted to go on a double date with him and Hattori. The next day, the four of them went on a double date and played a game. Kasuku and Hattori ended up winning, but seeing their closeness, Rita got jealous and decided to leave. As Rita walked off, Mio, frustrated, told Hattori that Rita didn't like her. Kasuku overheard and, with a smirk, told Mio to stop acting like Rita was her boyfriend. He then took Hattori by the hand and walked off with her. After the failed double date, Hattori returned home and found Rita standing by the door. They began talking, and Hattori asked Rita what he liked about Mio. Rita thought for a moment, and then answered that he admired Mio's strength and her determination to pursue her dreams. As Hattori listened, she couldn't help but feel a pang of shame, realizing that she had no dreams of her own. After school ended for the summer, Hattori decided to shift her focus onto herself. She started taking dance lessons and working out, hoping to build confidence. One day, Kasuku called her and asked if she wanted to go out on a date. Hattori had a good time with Kasuku, but their day was ruined when his drunk ex-girlfriend showed up. Afterward, they took her home, and she told Kasuku to stop hanging out with other women to forget about her. Hattori felt sad and decided to distance herself, thinking their connection might not be as strong as she thought. Hattori gets home and calls Rita, inviting him to a festival. He agrees, and they head there together, enjoying their time. However, Kasuku suddenly shows up, creating an awkward silence. Hattori gets bored and decides to leave. As soon as she walks away, Rita and Kasuku begin talking. Rita tells Kasuku not to break her heart. Kasuku, getting upset, responds angrily, saying that he's the one who's been hurting her. He warns him to stay away from her and leaves. When Hattori returns, she finds Rita looking sad. She decides to tell him her secret love for him. Rita asks if she's still with Kasuku, and Hattori explains that they're not together anymore. They share a kiss, starting their relationship. However, a few days later, as they are having dinner, Mio appears and ruins the evening. The next day, rumors spread that Hattori and Rita had started a relationship. When Mio heard this, she confronted Hattori and told her to stay away from Rita. Kasuku, overhearing their conversation, told Mio that she couldn't separate people who loved each other. In the evening, Rita found Mio and wanted to tell her that he had started a relationship with Hattori. However, Mio suddenly collapsed. When she woke up, she told Rita that she was ill and the only thing that could calm her down was his presence. Rita, fearing that Mio might hurt herself, found Hattori and told her that he couldn't be with her until Mio got better. Hattori got upset with Rita and began crying in the rain. At that moment, Kasuku appeared and told her that he would give her the love she deserved. After this, Hattori decided to forget about Rita and start spending quality time with Kasuku. One day, Rita saw Hattori and Kasuku sharing love, and she became jealous, even though she was with Mio. That evening, Hattori went to a building to meet Mio, but surprisingly, she met Hattori in the lift. At this moment, they didn't say a word, but as the lift went up, they saw the sunset, which reminded them of their childhood. To be honest, Hattori wanted to stay, but thinking that Kasuku was waiting for her, she decided to leave. Meanwhile, Rita met Mio, but she started talking about Hattori instead of them. Rita told Mio to stop talking about Hattori, but Mio got angry and said that she wasn't ill. She explained that she said that because she didn't want him to be with Hattori. Rita listened and then told Mio that since he loved Hattori so much, he could not love anyone else. On the other hand, Hattori and Kasuku got closer to kiss, but Hattori backed away. Noticing this, Kasuku asked her whom she loved the most, and she told him she couldn't take Rita out of her heart. Kasuka listened and told her to follow her heart. After this, both Rita and Kasuku start running to find each other. Suddenly, Rita sees his mom after several years. A few minutes later, Hattori sees Rita on top of a building and thinks he is about to kill himself. She rushes towards him, but when she reaches the top, she can't find him. Hattori starts crying, but suddenly Rita appears and stops her, telling her he has forgiven his mom. After this, they confess their love for each other and share a kiss, starting a new chapter. Finally, the movie shows Kasuku with other women and Mio flirting with another boy, and with this, the story comes to an end.